one of the big things I like to bring up is like a big problem with everybody today, and this is everyone, not women, they're not just women or not just men. This is everyone. We all need to forgive our mother, forgive our father, and forgive ourselves. And when you do that, you truly move in your own path. A lot of people today are moving because they're hurt, because their mother or their father hurt them, and they have not truly forgiven them. When you truly, truly forgive your parents, that's whenever you really come past your traumas. But I would say 99% of people are not moving past their traumas. They're not moving in their true purpose because something, I mean, I understand it. If I was an 8-year old girl and my uncle touched me or some crazy happened, okay, and it just it makes me hypersexual. It makes it to where I can't take relationship. I don't trust men, or it makes me hate men, or whatever it is. I completely understand why women end up in search or being like, I'm never going to have kids or I'm never going to do this. I would be the same way. But at the end of the day, you have to forgive your father for not being able to protect you against that uncle because maybe he ran away or he wasn't the father that he was supposed to be or whatever. You got to protect your mother and say, you know what? I understand like she was probably scared to say anything because the same thing happened to her from her father or from her uncle or something. And it's like you have to forgive them and say, you know what, like that bad thing happened to me when I was young, but that wasn't their fault.
Well, yeah, because let's say, like, I did have kids. I'm just a human, and whenever you look at your parents, like, hey, they were once like my age at some point. They are, like people make mistakes, and having like a perfect parent is not realistic. So, a part of forgiving the people in the past, whether it's your parents, teachers, mentors, sometimes you have to look at them like, hey, they were doing the best with what they had, the tools that they had.
Absolutely, man. And it's only getting easier and easier for our generations, but the past generations really had to deal with a lot. And what's crazy is like a lot of the men today are dealing with like the problems that our fathers and grandfathers did. Like say like the men of previous generations hurt certain women. It's like the men of this generation are the ones that are getting the heat for it. You know, like it's all generational trauma that always ends up on the most futuristic man. And then next thing you know, the cycle continues because that guy's berated or treated like by a woman that was raised by an abusive male in some way, it's really crazy how it all ends up on the backs of like the men of today, I feel like.